Good day and welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday we opened up our previous conversation, which for the last several days had been about doing shadow work. And we began to look at drawing upon resources external to us, specifically what we called yesterday therapeutic personalities. These are, as you'll recall, people who bring a listening heart and wise counsel right alongside of us amidst our deepest vulnerabilities. And as I emphasized yesterday, I believe there's a time and a place for everything, including, or maybe especially with shadow work. To do it alone may simply be too overwhelming at times. And to share with somebody who's ill-equipped, somebody who's not a therapeutic personality, somebody who's not equipped to provide a secure sense of support for us, well, I don't think that's a great idea either. So who did you come up with, I'm curious, as a therapeutic personality in your life? Be thinking of that as I offer a few comments right now that represent our walking down memory lane for just a moment. As we conclude this kind of first pass through shadow work, because we're going to be coming back to it. I do want to take you back to nearly a year ago when my creative partner here at the Vitality Project, Jason, he and I embarked on a journey that brings us right up to today. We built together an online platform, including daily video and blog posts, which has grown into an increasingly active and engaged, truly international community of like-minded seekers. And what is it that we seek? Well, in a word, we seek vitality. We seek vital and fulfilling lives. And I think key to that vision from the very beginning were Jason's and my wish to create video posts that introduce, for example, how central shame and stigma, which are the opposite of self-esteem and self-compassion, how central they are to all manner of addictive behaviors. And we've looked at addiction from everything to substances to all the behaviors that we can become addicted to, even attitudes that we can become addicted to. But not just that, but also other mental health concerns, how shame and stigma underlie anxiety, depression, PTSD. And at that time a year ago, even in our very earliest posts, we delivered specific instructions on how we can build a conscious relationship to mistakes we have made without falling into the sinkhole of shame, without self-stigmatizing, without blaming and judging ourselves. And as we talked about then, and we continue to talk about today, doing that requires self-compassion first and foremost. So as you move forward with us now into our second year of the Vitality Project, Jason and I want to encourage each of you to have the courage to dig deeply down into the shadowy realms of our psyches and our behaviors. But to make sure to engage in that exploration alongside of us, to engage in that exploration with self-compassion and solid information to help guide us. You've seen, if you've been with us at all this last year, how much we rely on the latest scientific research to underscore what we're talking about in terms of practical daily practices here. So your homework for today, I want you to keep coming back this next year as we move into it, as we continue to both deepen and grow all of our offerings here at the Vitality Project. We'll be looking at the shadow. We've talked about building physical robustness. We've talked about mental and emotional health, relationship health. We've talked about building spiritual resources. We've talked about finding ways of cultivating our creativity. And this last week, we've been looking at ways of releasing ourselves from the burden of carrying around secrets and shadows and how we have to be wise about doing that, but we also have to be courageous enough to do it. So we'll be continuing these conversations as we move forward in this next year. I want to thank you for joining us in year number 1. Year number 2 is going to be even better. Thanks so much for being with us here at the Vitality Project. Please continue to stay safe and be well. I look forward to seeing you again here soon. Come back to the Vitality Project and join us.